Hello and welcome to our podcast. I'm Risa.
And I'm Ariana.
And we're the Krolmeister sisters. As a reminder, this podcast is rated T14 for strong language and mature themes.
If you would like a podcast that, doesn't fucking swear all the fucking time and is appropriate, then head on over to her very own podcast, Unlocked.
They talk to people
about
things.
And stuff.
Yeah. And stuff.
I feel like the most recent podcast counts as the and stuff part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what are we talking about today, sister?
Well, today, we just thought we'd pitch a few more games. No.
It's true. We got ideas, Her Interactive. Take them down.
We got mad thoughts up in here.
It's true. And, I'm just saying that they're good.
I'm just saying that maybe our ideas are valid and they should be listened to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe think on that. So we each came up with two pitches. So we'll pitch them to you guys. Let's take it away, sister.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I'd like to start out by saying that apparently my games are more atmosphere-oriented this time around. I want a certain feeling to my games. It's not necessarily just, oh, Bigfoot, oh, rainforest, It's a little more like how Cry is super atmospheric. And that's, one of the best parts of it. I want you to be able to play the game and, feel I don't know. I'll continue forward.
She was prepping you guys.
I was just kind of, easing you guys into this. So, my first idea is titled Hotel Del, but, that doesn't necessarily make sense to a lot of people. Basically, let's take this old-timey hotel and, get some creepy, disgruntled staff in there and just sort of make good old-fashioned mystery magic. I would like it to be the sort of feeling like the owner was sort of what's his name from Haunted Carousel meets Josiah Crowley, and so there's all these great clever puzzles of a man who was very impressed with himself and I really need it to be this kind of creepy and a step out of time atmosphere without being randomly in the 20s. Yeah, I want and I want good physical puzzles that you could potentially see actually working in real life, as opposed to, oh, look, I touched, I don't know, man. So some of the puzzles that
2048 to turn on a lighthouse.
Oh, yeah, okay, we'll go with that one. 2048 to turn on a light.
I won't let it go.
No. But yeah, and you suggested it in the notes. You suggested is it supposedly haunted? Yes. Thank you for asking, sister. It is haunted. It is supposedly haunted. They've definitely got, a ghost story for each floor, I think. There's, oh, this is the floor where the gray lady haunts the elevator, and this is the, oh, yeah, and you definitely, there's, 4 floors that you can explore, and, you have to go up this really creepy, rickety, elevator to get between the floors, so yes. But yeah, no, I don't know. I don't have much in the way of...
It's totally it's this place that's kind of touristy,
Mm-hmm.
They're playing up the haunting factor, right? They're trying to cash in on the haunting instead of what we normally get in Nancy Drew games where they're we're not haunted, what are you talking about? This is a kind of gimmicky, we're totally not haunted. Wink, wink, wink.
Ooh, did you feel that breeze?
You know. So, it's totally, like, that kind of thing. But then things are getting, like, progressively worse, and now the staff is starting to freak out. They're getting really freaked out, because it's not just the things they're planning that to make the hauntings happen. Now things are actually going weird, and they're not happy, and people are quitting, and the turnover rate is super high.
Yeah.
So, that's what I'm thinking. And, in my opinion, in the end, maybe it's just that the things that the old owner had set up have gone haywire in themselves.
Yes.
I like that idea. That it's not actually like the bad guy has been dead the whole time.
Bum, bum, bum. Sorry.
Haha. That's my idea, at least.
It's your idea.
That part
built
of it.
on my idea. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I know.
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying.
Idea credit where idea credit is due.
Yeah. Sure.
But yeah, so I mean I know we've had things, set in old places and hotels and stuff like that. This needs to be a very specific feel. Like
it does.
If any of you want to go, Google the Hotel del Coronado, which
it's gorgeous.
Is a gorgeous old place.
It was in Some Like It Hot.
It was in Some Like It Hot. It was actually in a lot of people. They use the beach and everything like that for a lot of stuff, where you've got the Dell in the background. Especially a lot of the old silent films. In fact, there was a lot of that. But yeah, just look at pictures of that, and actually look up some of the ghost stories too. Because
also look up the Hotel Cortez in San Diego. That's kind of what I was also.
Yeah.
Looking into.
Although be careful with Hotel Cortez, because then you'll get a lot of American Horror Story stuff. So.
Oh. What?
Yeah, the hotel in the hotel season with Lady Gaga. It's
what?
The Hotel Cortez is the name of it.
What?
I know.
That's irritating.
In all fairness, there are a lot of them.
I know, but that's irritating.
I'm sorry.
I don't pay attention to television.
Yeah.
So that's irritating. I want to pitch one of mine now.
Okay. Do it.
The Mystery of the Lost Bones. I named mine.
Yeah.
So Nancy Drew and the Mystery of the Lost Bones. So this one I got the idea from people in the Clue Crew Discord.
Okay.
For a paleontology-based one. They just came up with paleontology, and I came up with everything else. So it's not like I just took their idea. They were like, paleontology, and I was like, yes!
Clue Crew Discord, just sue Risa.
Risa Krolmeister.
Risa Krolmeister.
Nancy is no longer happy to destroy just ancient buildings and artifacts. She also wants to desecrate remains now as well. So I say we're in Argentina on a dino dig. I say Argentina because I know things about South America. I don't know things about pretty much most of the rest of the world. Yeah.
Basically.
I know things about South America, and Argentina is on my mind because I'm going there in a couple of weeks. And I know that there is a bunch of stuff found in Argentina. So she's on a dig in Argentina. On a dino dig. So we get to learn about dinosaurs. We also get to learn about proper, dig procedures for paleontological digs, right?
Yes.
Actual things you do. You go in things. We would do, you're actually helping people, brush things. You're helping people, clean things. You're helping people, categorize things. And there's so many things you can be doing that are, puzzles of, indexing things. You can do stuff where you're, organizing all of the samples and stuff like that, testing samples, things like that, carbon dating, all of these things you can learn in all of this. And it's science related, which is what they try to say that they're doing. They try to say science is a big thing in Nancy Drew. It's not.
It's not.
But we get to learn about dinosaurs. We get to learn about, how they evolved and how birds are related to, they're the last dinosaurs kind of a thing, right? So Nancy realizes a mystery's afoot when she goes to put away a find she cleaned earlier in the day, and she notices it's been replaced by a fake. Right? And now it's like, oh my gosh, upon closer inspection, everything in the camp has been, almost everything has been replaced by fakes. Like, some of the dino eggs have been replaced by fakes. Oh no. So now, there's a black market plot. Right? We're having to figure out who in the camp is stealing the bones and stuff and selling them in the black market and replacing them with just complete fakes. And if we're in Argentina, we get to learn some, I don't know, historical stuff about the area.
Yeah.
Why not? Argentina's got a long history of many, many people. Many peoples. Many peoples.
It's got a long history of many peoples, so,
I mean, it's true, though. If you want to talk about...
this will be a very interesting plot.
I'm just saying, if you want to talk about the prehistoric peoples, if you want to talk about the pre-Columbian peoples, if you want to talk about the conquest peoples, if you want to talk about the Spanish colonial stuff, or if you want to talk about, post-war stuff, there's a very long history. The most recent stuff you could talk about, the Los Desaparecidos or something like that, if you want to do something more recent. That's the 60s and 70s, right? So you can do something like that for a hook in, but that, I don't know how you hook that in with dinos, but you can. Why not? What?
Runaway Nazis.
I mean, you can. They didn't talk about Nazis in any of the other games,
right?
So we might as well. Maybe the black market that's stealing all the deals, right? It's actually the Nazis.
Actually Nazis.
It's just...
I'm sorry, I was just, as we were starting to talk about this, I was suddenly imagining Her Interactive decides to make their fucking culprit an actual Nazi white supremacist. It's like, whoa, wait, are we allowed to have him say these things?
Teaching children it's wrong by making him the bad guy.
Right?
Yes. Okay, your turn.
All right.
It's my dino plot. And also, Mystery of the Lost Bones. That sounds fantastic, doesn't it?
And
I named yours for you as well.
I was gonna say, and then I had Risa name mine for me because, I couldn't. I was like, I don't know, a summer game. Because I want you to have the feel through this one. While I'm describing it, it's a very hot, humid summer. I'm thinking a southern summer, So it's stage... Anyway, did I say what it's called?
No.
Okay, damn it. So Risa titled it Summer's Gone By, which I love. It's very soap opera.
It is.
So, let me set the stage. Summertime. Nancy's helping an old lady clean out her attic and comes upon clues from a mystery from her youth. Again, I'm not super, basically...
I came up with a bunch of stuff for this. I loved this immediately. She put 2 sentences in and I ran away with it. I want this to be a mystery that is we're trying to solve a 30-year-old mystery and all the suspects are old people. Every single suspect is an old person. We don't talk to anyone who isn't an old person in this game. I want that so bad.
And we should just be...
One of them is in a wheelchair.
What?
One of them is in a wheelchair. One of them has an oxygen tank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we've got, and we find pictures from their youths. Yeah.
And they show us, one of them is here, let me show you what I look like. He pulls out, his wallet and shows you. Oh, that sounds fantastic.
It's his old Navy picture,
Yes!
know? Yeah.
Exactly. They all, show you pictures of themselves when they were that age, but we also get all the pictures from the old lady in her attic.
Yeah, because you're going through all her stuff, and it's like I don't know.
And the B plot is finding the evidence for her, the old lady, being in love with this woman when they were younger, but she ended up marrying a man instead, who passed away recently, and that's why we're there helping her clean up her attic.
Yeah.
Because her husband passed away recently. But we find out, as we're going through trying to solve this mystery, that other woman is still unmarried and still in love with her, and so we get them to get together in the end.
Yeah. And also, my favorite part was that I didn't even have to say it, and you knew that Alexei is a character that you can interact with in this game. You put phone friend, he gives us advice. I love it, because I want him to have been around for the original fucking mystery.
I want him to have been like, it's something that he was going to solve, but he was then, going out of business at the time. It's something he was going to solve, but then people stopped trusting him.
Yep. I love it.
I love it.
I need it. I need it very much.
I absolutely love it.
And it'd be just good classic puzzles in this one. There have to be, like, lining up things on documents or on, pictures, you know what I mean? When you have the torn up pieces and you have to put them together. Those sorts of puzzles. Definitely be a few of those. And I don't know. Yeah.
Also, I want it to be kind of like almost makes me think of like Poirot almost, or a Marple thing, where it's like you have all of these documents and stuff that you have together, and then you have to like do a timeline of like, I have a picture of all of these people together at this time, and I have a picture of all, and then there's this thing that happened here. These people couldn't have done this because they were over here.
I have this picture from that ball.
Exactly. So, like, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
That kind of, like, good old-fashioned detective work, and that's why Alexei's helping us.
Yeah.
He's helping us with the actual, like, sleuthing. And there are a couple, actual Nancy Drew books that we could almost base this on.
Yeah.
There are some, it's kind of hard, because some of them are really weird, that are like, yes, and they were stealing the will of a child. It's like, why would a child have a last will and testament? I don't know, but this book from the 30s had that happening. But some of them kind of almost match up. One of them I saw was like an old lady who breeds cats and stuff like that. And I was like, that seems, sure.
Yeah,
cats.
All right.
That's like The Clues in the Attic or something like that. The Clue in the Attic, I think is what it was called. That's why I got drawn into it.
Yeah.
Because I was looking through all of them to see if any of them kind of matched up with any of these. Because I like to try to see if we're matching up with any of the actual Nancy Drew books to see. Because my last one that I am doing actually does match up with one. So I just kind of went in with that, based on The Mystery of Crocodile Island. So that one doesn't have very much to it on the Wikipedia page, which is fine, because I was only, trying to match it up with the title. But we're going down to an island off the coast of Florida for an internship to study crocodiles. Because the American crocodile is technically not endangered anymore, but it is still a protective species in America. It's technically a threatened species, or it's vulnerable, but in America it's threatened. So, though it hasn't been reevaluated since 1996, but it's still, probably vulnerable, or threatened. So, we go down there to an island to study them, right? To, like, some sort of reptile, I would say it's like some sort of reptile institute, right? So we're gonna learn some herpetology.
Yeah.
I would love that. And none of this half-assed shit, like the freaking entomology we did in Cree, where all we did was just sort bug poop. No. We'll get some real herpetology up in here, right? We'll learn the difference between crocodiles and alligators. We'll learn about, like, all of the native reptiles to Florida and all that stuff. We'll learn about the cute little geckos and all the stuff they do, right? We'll learn all this awesome stuff.
Yeah.
Geckos are so cute. So, I know geckos very well. But I want to do this because reptiles are, like, considered so, like, gross and scary.
Yeah.
Especially, like, to young girls. It's like this, like, ew, reptiles, ew, snakes, ew, lizards, right? So it's like, or we could do this kind of thing and remove the stigma and show young girls that these are just more animals, you know, that require our love and our energy.
Yeah.
And our attention. And they require just as much protection as the cute furry mammals that are endangered, you know?
Yeah.
So there's that, you know, there's the animal welfare part of it and the conservation part of it. But also, while we're down there, we notice that there's, like, some poaching operation going on.
Oh, no.
But instead of it being, to keep it, like, kid-friendly, instead of it being, like, poaching to be, like, for, you know, skins or something, it's, like, for exotic pets.
Yeah.
So then we learn about the dangers of exotic pets.
Yeah. Because those have severe ecological effects.
Exactly. And people who buy, like, crocodiles or alligators as babies, hatchlings, who don't know that they're going to grow up to be alligators or crocodiles, who just think that they're a lizard, right? So it's like, that's actually a huge issue that exists that people don't realize exists.
Such a weird issue to exist. I just don't understand how you get to the point in life where that's the outcome of a decision you made.
I accidentally bought an alligator. That's some ambient shopping decisions right there. But so it's like you're learning about reptiles, you're learning about, like, so you're having to do, like, maybe, like, medical tests on the reptiles. So it's like you're having to, like, swab a reptile and then go and run some tests on it and do, like, whatever inane puzzle that you have me do in that test.
Yeah, right? Whatever,
you know,
ridiculousness.
A crossword, a Sudoku, who cares? But, you know, that kind of thing. And then, you know, having to do all that. And then maybe we also learn about the people who lived in, like, the Keys, right? So learn about the Glades people who live down there. Well, you know, might as well. So, like, the Tequesta or the Calusa.
Yeah.
You know, while we're there. If we're going to be in Florida, we might as well. Instead of just... We've already had a game in Florida, technically, but I don't think anyone counts Secrets Can Kill.
Count at all.
But yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I had another one. And it kind of... Were you not done?
No, I'm good.
Okay. And I was gonna put it down when I was at the zoo. Then I saw your Crocodile Island one. I was like, I mean, that's kind of similar. But I'm gonna put it out there, and it's not developed in any way. Zoo.
That's so funny, because I almost put down animal sanctuary.
Yeah, that was gonna be my next thing. I was gonna be like, or an animal sanctuary, something like that. Yeah, like, great for, you know, learning animal biology and that sort of stuff.
I would love one where we're, like, at an animal sanctuary somewhere in Africa or in India. Like, I say that because I want elephants. It kind of has to be at one of those two places for elephants. I really want elephants because elephants are amazing. But, like, an animal sanctuary.
Yeah, or totally... So, in fact, any North American animal wildlife sanctuary.
I guess.
Because, you know... No, yeah, because then it could also touch on, like, how taxed those places are, like, for resources to animal ratio. It's, could touch on that. Anyway, I don't know. It was a very half-assed pitch, but...
No, but I completely agree. And I also almost put that down. Instead of Crocodile Island. That was almost what I would put down. And someone on the Discord was actually actively coming up with one for a wildlife refuge. Yeah. Where the animals are getting sick.
Oh no.
and you can't figure out why. And then it ends up being that someone... It's capitalism's fault again.
It usually is, yeah.
And it's actually one of the people who works there. They are making the animals sick because they also work, or their family owns the medicine company for the animals. So that is some fucked up shit.
Whoa, man.
That is some, late stage capitalism shit there. So those are our games. If you have other games that you'd like to pitch for us, this was 5. You guys got a bonus game out of this.
Yeah.
Like, damn. I didn't check to see if there are reviews on Spotify. I lied to everyone.
Oh, no.
That's fine. But...
even if there's not a way to leave reviews on Spotify, try to find a way to do it anyway.
You have to give it a second. We're going to do the whole spiel. So, if you would like to pitch us a game, you can tell us on any of our social media, on our Tumblr, Twitter, YouTube, or on our Twitch.
You can also leave us reviews on iTunes. You cannot leave them on Google Podcast.
Doesn't exist.
May or may not be able to leave them on Spotify. We didn't check. But, try to leave us a comment anyway, regardless of if you're able to. Even if it just means emailing the people at Spotify with the review.
You can also comment on our post on our spiffy website, krolmeistersisters.knifefightclub.com. No comment. Also, as a reminder, you can subscribe to our Twitch to get access to our cute little wine glass emote on our streams. So, as a reminder, I'm Risa.
And I'm Ariana.
And we're the Krolmeister sisters. And we're asking you guys to stay sleuthy.